Okay, the next method that we are going to put onto our blockchain data structure is called hash block, and I have written out a skeleton for this method right here. What this hash block method will do is it will take in a block from our blockchain and hash that block into some fixed length string that to us will appear pretty much random. So in essence, we're going to pass some block or some block's data into our method, and in return, we will get some fixed length string that looks something like this. This will simply just be a hash that is generated from the data that we pass in, or from the block that we pass in. Great. So how can we take some block or some block's data and in return get some hashed string like this? We are going to use a hashing function called SHA256, and we're going to explore what this hashing function does right now. So let's head over to Google and let's search for SHA256. Now, here in Google, you will see a bunch of different links for SHA256 hashing functions, and you can choose pretty much any of them. I'm just going to choose this one. They will all do the same thing. Now, what a SHA256 hashing function does is it takes in any string of text, it will hash that text and return to us some fixed length string. This right here, this is our hash, and it is generated from our input text. So, for example, if we put in the text coding JavaScript right here, this is the hash that we get returned. We input the text coding JavaScript, and it gets hashed into this fixed length string right here. Now, to us, this hash right here seems pretty much random, right? And that's a good thing. That's one of the reasons that SHA256 hashing is so secure. Because to a human, when we hash any given string, the output seems pretty much random to us, and that's a good thing. Now, one point that I want to make is that when we add another character to our input string, or if we change our input string in any way, the entire output hash will change completely, even if we only barely change our input string. So for example, if I add an exclamation mark on the end of this string, the output hash will entirely change. So I'll do that right now. So as you can tell, the entire hash changed very drastically. It wasn't like only a couple of characters in the string changed, the entire hash itself changed. Cool. So you can see as we add more characters, the entire output hash will change drastically every time. To the human eye, there is really no reason or pattern behind this. To us, it just seems pretty much random. Cool. One other thing that I want to mention about SHA256 hashing is that with any given input, the output will always be the same. So for example, right now we have the string coding JavaScript with an exclamation mark on the end. And in return, we get the hash of B096B, right? It starts with B096B. Now, if we change this input to the string ABC, we get an entirely different hash. But if we go back and we type in coding JavaScript with an exclamation again, we get the same exact hash returned to us that we got before. We get B096B, and the rest of the hash is the same as well. This is another very important feature of SHA256 hashing. With any given input, the output, or the hash that we get returned from that input, will always be the same. Cool. So that's an overview of what SHA256 hashing is and how it works. And we are going to implement this SHA256 hashing function inside of our hash block method on our blockchain data structure. And we will do that in the next video. See you there.